have immersed yourself into a dynamic of individuals and the field that was created so that you can begin to hear not just what they're saying, but that you can begin to hear what they're listening to from your own heart and soul and rebroadcast it according to your divine template, your divine spiritual idea, your unique individualized expression of the power and the presence and the love of God. Static, be gone. Say the static, be gone. Static. No more static. Because this presence is everywhere, love is everywhere, peace is everywhere, joy is everywhere, abundance is everywhere, except where it's being suppressed by a limited perception. So these few days, you have immersed yourself into a teaching and a way and a practice, and some of you immersed yourself into the health modalities. You immersed yourself into the yoga practices, the qigong, the breathing, all of these particular spiritual practices and technologies, so that your perception would keep expanding, and so that vision would replace limited perception. And in the moment that vision replaced perception, that would be an insight, that would be an aha, that would be a revelation that goes beyond time and space, and you were captured by it for an instant. And that instant, which is always unfolding, would allow you to recalibrate your steps in your life so that you can get your habits in alignment with the insight and the revelation. So that, as Will Coleman reminded us, that drip by drip, step by step, little things that you're doing moment by moment by moment, come into alignment with that aha, so that the aha isn't just a passing moment that you talk about from years from now and say, oh my God, I was at Revelation 2016, I felt so good, but I don't know what happened. No, we don't want that. We want you to become so engaged in your practice so that the practice becomes a way of living. So it's not merely just your practice, just how you live your life. Moment by moment choice, moment by moment awareness, moment by moment staying awake, moment by moment, and then being, as you are discovering as you're here, being in high conversation with each other, so that the conversation that you're having, even the throwaway statements are significant. Even the statements that you think aren't even important, you begin to zing with the life and the love and the joy and the wisdom and the harmony, because your way of life has provided the context for growth, development, and unfoldment, expanded perception. Your way of life has become a catch basket for the inspiration of the Spirit of the living God, and you're no longer mentating, regurgitating the past thoughts that you've had over and over and over again. You're now in full bloom inspiration, even when it is dark, even when times are hard, even when times are good, even when you don't know what's going on, even when you're in a high state of confusion. It's a very high state of consciousness called confusion. Some of you might be in it right now. It just simply means that in your consciousness, new insights are emerging while the old is dying, and it's confusing. And so sometimes confusion is a high state. But regardless, we are here to celebrate and be allowed for the static through spiritual practice, birthing into a way of living, allows ourselves to catch the dynamic love and beauty and potency of God. Oh my God, and allow it to roll through us like never before. And so when we consider full immersion, drip by drip, Brother Will, drip by drip, until it takes over our life. When we consider celebration, it came to me many, many years ago in my very first awakening as an adult, when I saw life and love and beauty teeming through every bit of creation, the lint on the ground and the trees, and the beauty that was pulsating through me and at me, and the love that was everywhere. It occurred to me that this grand presence, by whatever name you choose to call this presence, did not break into time as galaxies, solar systems, star systems, and all of creation, and created all of the infinitude and plenitude and uniqueness and specialness all throughout the galaxies and the cosmos, cosmos with the K and cosmos with the C. It didn't do that because it was lonely. It did it because it wanted to come to know itself as all through all of these particular areas of creation, thus evolving and becoming more of itself through the unique, distinct, individualized expressions of singular manifestations of cosmic good for unfolding forever. It did not do that because it was lonely. And you know what I'm talking about because many of you have reached the state of consciousness where you can be alone and not being lonely. So if you can do it, what about the grand presence? Alone without being lonely. Now I say this to say this. All of that creation came out of creativity, out of enthusiasm, and out of celebration, bliss, glee, and ecstasy. And so we are here in celebration, not frivolity, but celebrating because in the beginning was the vibratory word of celebration. The vibratory word of bliss and ecstasy and the joy becoming more of itself through all of its creation. And so that is why the dimension of our theme being celebration, and if you can hold that frequency long enough, there will be a rejuvenation. There will be a regeneration. There will be a renewal. There will be the moment in which you will be given back the years that the locusts have eaten. The years that worry has taken away. Years that doubt has taken away. Years that unforgiveness and resentment and animosity has eaten at your stomach lining. You'll get all of that back if you begin to enter into a full immersion of a dynamic celebration that leads to a rejuvenation and a regeneration. Somebody say, yes, it's true for me. Say it. There you go.